Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. Today we're going to be looking at how you can go back in time and find stocks before they run up. Today's example is going to be Nvidia. Could you imagine buying Nvidia at $22.65 a share? I can't either. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back in time, see what Nvidia's financial data points were: sales, insider buying, shares float, profitability, gross margins, dividend, everything. We're going to look at all that and create a screener to see if we can find stocks of similar capacity or some that shared the same similarities as Nvidia did when it was $22.65. With us knowing that the stock went from $22.65 all the way to $973, that's over a 4,000% gain. And this is just one example. You can look at other stocks that aren't in cycles, like Nvidia was in it is in an AI cycle. Look for like Mercado Libre or Coca-Cola. Like go back as far as you can with Coca-Cola and see what the financial data points were and create a similar type of screener. So we're going to jump in. We're going to look at Nvidia. I'm going to show you all of this craziness. Let's go. All right, we are on finviz.com. I highly recommend you, whatever stock you're thinking of, maybe it's Palo Alto Networks, maybe it's Mercado Libre. Go to this website, finviz.com, type in your ticker symbol. It could be Apple, Tesla, whatever. Look at the chart, see when you wish you would have bought. Imagine buying Apple at like 10 bucks. So figure out your stock. I'm doing Nvidia. You find one. That's your homework. Figure out a stock you want to find. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in time and we're going to go to the Wayback. It's called the Wayback Machine. Internet Archive. Okay. So now we are here. I need to go back to Finviz and I need to go to the home screen. I've got my tickers. Mine is NVDA. What is yours? And so what I got to do is you're going to type it in here because the URL does something to the link we need to grab. So I'm typing in NVIDIA. I want to grab this. You see how it changed? So I'm going to grab that. I'm going here. I'm pasting it. We don't want that ampersand P equals D, and we also don't want the elite. Okay. So now I'm going back in time to look at when this stock was captured. It goes all the way back to 2009. That's a long time. I've got this pulled up already. I believe this is 2015. Right here. This is August 2015. So the stock has done 5 splits already. So what we're seeing here, this was back in 2015, about 9 years ago. Well, actually, not quite because we're only in March. This is in August. So we can see the sales are at 4.73 billion. And we can see all these data points and you guys can see them nice and clear. Let me see if I can. There we go. A little bit better. So we're going to now go here and we're going to go to Screener. And we're going to open it all up. All right. So we have our screener here. Where did my page go? Here we go. Let's bring it up. So this is the metrics I want to look for. So the market cap is 12.36 billion. So I'm just going to go to market cap and I'm going to go to 10 billion to 200 billion. Okay. And then Finviz has updated several new things here. So let me just sales growth. So they don't have the actual sales revenue. So they do offer a dividend. they did offer a dividend. I don't want to include that in my search because I kind of want it to be more broad. And by adding that dividend, add just an extra filter. The price to earnings was 20.52. So we can go here and go Control F, P-E. And we're going to do under 25. And so every time I put in a filter, it brings us, so now there's 366 stocks that are potentially like Nvidia back when it was $22.65. Okay, their quick ratio is 6. That's insane. We're gonna do over 3. I personally like over 1, but I think over 3 is a little bit more refined. There's 9 stocks. So I don't want to limit myself, so I'm going to change my quick ratio to over 1. Whoops. Apologies. The further I continue to filter, the less results there are. So I went from 6 to 112. That's fine with me. Okay. Long-term debt to equity is 0.31. Let's debt. Long-term debt to equity under 1. So we have 112 stocks right now. Let's see how many we just got eliminated. Not too many. We have 85 now. Okay, earnings per share this year is 51%. Next year is 40%. That is insane. So we're going to go here and Control F, EPS growth next year. So I'm going to look at EPS growth. This is a weird time to be filtering because companies are having their first earnings call for 2024. So they have not updated their guidance for next year because when it says next year on FinViz, it's from 2023 for 2024. So I'm going to look for EPS growth this year, but I'm going to have the EPS for next year. I want it to be over 40% for this year. EPS growth this year over 40%. We'll do over 30%. That's fine. Eight stocks. All right. Gross margins are important. 56%. Insane. That is insane. So we'll do a couple more. We'll do gross margins over, we'll do high. We'll do very high. Gross margins over, I'm going to do over 30%. I think over 30% is still considered a high growth company. We have 3 stocks now. And then we want them to be profitable. So profit margin is 13%. We're going to go Control F, profit. Positive. All right. All right, how many stocks do you think are left? 3. Okay, so these stocks match up to similar characteristics of Nvidia back when Nvidia was $22. I'm not saying that these stocks could go 4,000% like Nvidia has. However, these are our examples. So, I mean, I can't say, oh, let's fast forward into the future 9 years and see what they're doing. So let's take a look at these companies. Why not? 2 of them are Chinese companies, which I'm not a big fan of Chinese stocks only because the Chinese government has a lot of influence, and that doesn't really sit well for me. So that's just my risk tolerance. It's up to you, you know. Everyone's different. First Solar is a solar. First Solar, I believe, I don't recall if they manufacture their own solar, but I have charted this one before. I believe I do own this one in my long-term portfolio. So you can see, actually, the stock's hitting its head right on this resistance. I would love to buy this stock around $100. And I think, thinking into the future, I think solar is going to be big, and that's just my opinion. Sales right here, you can see this is a great trajectory. We kind of want to see it go up. Shares outstanding, they had 105 million back in 2019. 2023 they have 106 million. So they've diluted about 1 million shares in about 4 years. And then EPS kind of mixing match, but you can kind of see it's going up and to the right. I like that. They have 3.32 billion in sales, whereas Nvidia had 4.73. So give First Solar 9 years, how much can they do? You tell me. All right, cool. First Solar, you look great. This one looks like it's fallen off a cliff. Not really. Okay. All right. I don't know what PDD Holdings is. It's internet retail. They do 28 billion in sales. This is way far. That's way more than Nvidia had. But look at Nvidia's float also. Nvidia had 500 million shares float. PDD has 1.3 billion. So, all right. Institutions are buying. Interesting. Does Vanguard own this Chinese stock? I'm interested because if Vanguard and BlackRock are owners, that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. The only way I would consider Chinese companies is if you think for the long term, where the regime and the overall climate and perception of the stocks within China change. Oh my God, record high ownership. BlackRock owns 102 million shares. What? Where's Goldman Sachs owns 5 million shares. Vanguard, where you at? No Vanguard. Okay, no Vanguard. Interesting, but that's very interesting. I'm just gonna click on the, let's see where this takes us. I wanna see what this website is. All right, this is the website it took me to. I don't know what to think of that. So internet retail, I guess we can just go down here and see what it's all about. It owns a portfolio of businesses. Okay, so logistics, sourcing, fulfillment capabilities. You do with that what you will. I don't know. Okay, and then ZTO Express. What is this all about? They make 5 billion. Okay, this is like right along where Nvidia was, around the same price. The PE, it's a lot better. This is really good, up and to the right, up and to the right. There's no dilution. Institutions are owning or purchasing. Let's see. I'm a little skeptical, but let's see. I mean, again, it kind of looks like Chinese companies are getting all-time high investments. This is kind of coming up. Invesco, that's interesting. No BlackRock, no Vanguard. At least from what I can see. Okay, BlackRock does have some. 20 million shares, they decreased a little bit. Looks like they're adding and decreasing in different funds, which is normal. And then let's see Vanguard. Vanguard is also in this one, okay. Again, they're adding and decreasing depending on the type of fund. Interesting. Okay, so ZTO, what does this take me to? All right, it can't be translated, unfortunately. Again, logistics, networking. So this one looks to be a better buy than the other Chinese company, but yeah, I mean, it's all about comfort and risk, and I'm just not there with Chinese companies. So to each his own. But this is my example. I would say if you want to test this out, I'd look at Mercado Libre. That's a good one. Melly. I'm just doing this for example. Like you can choose any stock. I'm gonna choose Mercado Libre. I just want to see. Like imagine if we bought Mercado Libre back in 2000, as far as it goes back, 2009, where it was $7.19. Imagine typing Melly in, going to the Wayback Machine, looking back for as far as I can go 2009, looking at the metrics, running a screener based off of some of those key metrics, and then getting results. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm done talking about the future. I hope you guys are doing well. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Have a great day.